first joined, I had been working for a street artist, and that's what I was doing when I joined the commune. It eventually changed because we started businesses inside of the commune, and there were a lot of things that you had to agree to before you could join. Like one of them was that you had to be honest all the time. You couldn't talk about people behind their back. We were very idealistic, so we thought that we were working to change the world, make it a better place. We wanted to pool our money so that we used less, had less expenses, and then we could use our overage to have philanthropic causes that would help society in a larger degree. Now, when I first started, a lot of it was right at the beginning, so it changed a lot. Your friendships with the people of your same sex were as important as your friendships with people of the opposite sex. So there was a real feeling of equality. So we shared all of our spaces. So we rented flats. We had two flats on Stanton Street, two flats around the corner on Frederick Street. You moved around. Different people slept in different places depending on what you were doing. Like when I moved in, I actually moved into a flat in 20th Avenue, and you would go out and do your thing for the day, and then you would come back, and that's where you were, and you usually had dinner all together. But then you also did with people who were living in the other flats. Actually, people moved in very slowly because a lot of people couldn't agree to all of the points that we had. It took me numerous months before I decided that I wanted to join. The people that were already joined had to want you to join. You couldn't just want to join and join. You had to be accepted by everybody, and everybody knew you. Everybody knew the things that you had, your story that you had said, and so it was actually very slow, but into what we call Gestalt, which is being totally honest all the time. A lot of people couldn't handle that because we're called on your bullshit, and sometimes that's not as easy as you would hope that it could be. And sometimes when you moved in, somebody still didn't stay that long because being immersed in that kind of environment is different than just socializing. And then at some point we also got into computers. We had a little newspaper that we sold advertisements to in the community, and we put out the newspaper. We also had an artist in the community, a really great artist who did a comic strip. So every issue of the newspaper had the ongoing comic strip, and the comic strip was about the commune. We did have children at some point in the commune, and I moved over into childcare. I was the main person in the daytime. That was my daytime job. And some people had outside jobs too. It wasn't just in the commune. You could have an outside job. Yeah, it was a living community, and we were all we lived around our ideals. So we really saw ourselves as a unit. So the commune was going for about 20 years, and I joined after it had been going for about 5 years, maybe 6 years. So and then it went on a little bit after I left. And we had all these really great phrases like, if it's not fun, it won't get done, and the personal solution and the global solution, and that kind of thing. And when we started to get into computers, we were working our butts off all the time, but it was okay because it was fun what we were doing, and the newspaper was fun. But when we started getting into computers, it's fun about it. Like we were really starting to be workaholics, and I was like, the global solution and the personal solution aren't really aligned anymore. It seemed like it was going to be a sinking ship to me. A couple people who I really liked a lot had left, and it was just like I didn't want to start to be a working slob anymore, and that seemed like that was the direction it was going in. So I left.